Oh, look at the chickens in the road up here. Look out, chickens. There's where we're starting today. Trying to go in between the rain. The sun's peeking out for a little bit, so I'm gonna go. Hello everybody, Papa Blue Shirt here. This will be the first ride since I fixed my crank. Took it for a short test run in the rain yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to really test it out. And it's kind of funny, when I was testing it, I shifted up to the gears and went up to the gears that I thought it would be. And then I went out and I rode as fast as I could, and I thought, man, this ain't no different than what it was. I thought, well, what's going on here? I rode back and forth the road trying to see, and it started pouring down rain. I thought, man, and I finally realized that I wasn't up in the highest gear. So I shifted up and I thought, oh, there we go. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what I expected. So now we're set. Man, it's cold out here though. Cold and rainy. Brr. Man, I'm gonna have to stop and put my hat on, I think. Oh, look at the chickens in the road up here. Look out, chickens. Buck, 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 buck. Buck, 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 buck. There you go. Don't want to run the chickens over. All right. I stopped and put my hat on and my earmuffs. It's kind of cold out here today. Now the road is trying to dry off a little bit here. But I was hoping the sun would come out and it would dry it up a little bit. So stay tuned, I'll be doing my 500-mile review here real soon. Most likely by the end of the week, I'll have it up. So we'll see how this Philodo Jumbo is performing. Anyways, it is pretty cold out here today. Only the diehards go today. Man, I met 2 trucks on this today already. It's a Saturday, that's probably why. Smile, you're on candid camera. Yeah, sometimes when I have the camera on the back, people come up from behind me and they see the camera and they stay way back. They don't want to be on camera. It'd be easy to figure out my miles when I'm done. And that's if it's on or off, because they don't really know. It may be off, but they don't realize that a lot of cars now have them. People have them inside their car, you can't even see them. And so if you go anywhere in a town or anything, you're being recorded. Probably in 50 years from now, you won't be able to go outside and blow your nose without someone knowing about it. I'm not sure I would like that kind of a society. They watch your every move, and if you move outside the accepted norms, they're right there to get you. I don't know. I don't think I would like that. I'd have to move up in the mountains or something. Of course, they probably would outlaw that, so you couldn't do that. I was really surprised about Alaska. You know, you think of Alaska as the last frontier and all this kind of stuff. And you know, you think you ought to be able to just go out in the wilderness and touch yourself up a cabin or something, and nope. You could probably get away with it, you know, by hiking or something and just, you know, camping for a little bit, but if they find out you're there permanent, boy, they would come and remove you. I don't know, you'd have to be of some pretty hardy stock to be able to live up there off grid all year round. That'd be pretty rough, I would think. Little babies, little baby lambs. This is a cold day. But we got 379 miles if I'm looking at this right. It's so hard for me to see, especially when I'm going fast, when I have it on the higher PAS. If I turn it down, it turns it to green. When it's on the higher, it's on the red. Red against a black background is just hard to see. I'd really like to see them have options for people with side issues, you know. I'd like to have it so I could just have the miles an hour and the trip in big letters. But, you know, they probably don't expect old people to be riding bikes like this. But, you know, there's young people who don't have real good eyesight, so I don't know. If I can get the trip thing worked out, that'll be nice, because then... well, at least the sun's peeking out. Maybe dry things up a little bit. Kick this in all-wheel drive and walk right up this hill. Oh, I really love that feature. Oh, I love just kicking that all-wheel drive in on these hills. Just straightens them right out. If you want to do hill climbing with a fat tire bike, this is the way to go right here. Just push in that all-wheel drive and right up the hill you go. Oh, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Yeah, I wonder if my dogs will be out up here tonight. Yesterday they all raised their head and just looked at me and looked away. It was almost like they were synchronized. Hey, buddy. My 360's dead, so I'll have to do this for the rest of the ride. Anyways, start calling me the dog whisperer. Because I sure have the interactions with dogs, that's for sure. Grind up this hill here. You know, this gauge here, this battery gauge, where it says 7%, that must be 7% of your usable juice, because, you know, on the H8, once you got down to where it showed half the bars, you know, you were kind of getting kind of iffy. The bike began to slow down and it wasn't really usable after that. You know, this is still giving out power for me, so hopefully, because I'm still going away from my house, so hopefully that's what that means. I'm going to do the same route I did yesterday with my H8, so it is more windy today, but I think we'll make it. And it's a lot cooler, you know. I think when they rate these bikes, they rate them when it's warm out. You don't get anywhere near the miles when it's cold. At least I don't. Yeah, it's got a really neat thing here with right there in the left corner. If you got your phone hooked up to the bike Bluetooth, it tells you what time it is right there. But you can see it saying we got 7% left. Yeah, I did my range test with just the one battery on, and I got just shy of 30 miles. I could have probably, if the road was flat, I could have got 30, but and it was really windy that day. So I figured that probably get 60 miles out of both batteries. So the other day I did it, and I got to the house and I had like 55 or something. And I said, well, I might as well go till it's exhausted. I'm close enough to home, I could just ride the bike home if I had to. So I rode up and down the road, and I got it to 66 miles before it was, you know, pretty much over. So, and that's on PAS number 7. So if you went down to 5 or something like that, I know you could get probably 75, 80 miles easy. And if you went down to 3, it would do 100 probably. And just like the H8, this one just kind of begins to bring back the power as you get lower and lower on the battery. It doesn't actually go dead, you just go slower and slower and slower until eventually you're doing all the work. And then you can say that the battery's dead, even though it's not all the way dead. So yeah, so far I've been impressed with it, and that's in the cold. I can imagine what it's going to be like when it warms up. Gonna be nice. Well, I think that is 400. I think that's what it says. So 400 miles. Yeah, 400 miles. I haven't had it very long. But you know, Papa's kind of crazy. When most people are sitting at home watching a movie, old Papa's out here riding his bike. I think it says 401. Anyways, 400 miles. There's an old abandoned house there. We got so many of them in our area. Anyways, 400 miles on the Philodo Jumbo. I know it's a lot different than the 14,000 that I almost have on the H8, but you gotta start somewhere. That's a disadvantage of getting a new bike, but I guess I can get used to it. Well, there's where we ended. 404.7. We averaged 25 miles an hour. I don't know if that's the average over how much I've averaged ever since I've owned the bike. Anyways, so that's what it says we have left. And see, here's the time, 16:47. And there's the Bluetooth symbol. And this is the cruise. It lets you know when you're in cruise. Really small. I wish they would have made it a little bigger. But I'll deal with it. If I have to get, I'll get a magnifying glass and put it in here. I thought about getting a magnified screen, you know, but then my wife said, yeah, it'd be like a magnifying glass, it'll heat up. And yeah, it's true. But anyways, here's what we look like. And there's my selfie stick. And come Monday, I'll have my new power bank, so I won't keep running out like I am now. Anyways, that was a nice ride. A little cool, but the sun was out at the end there, so that made it really nice. So thanks for riding with me today. I enjoyed it. And like I said, I'm coming up on my 500 miles, so I'll be doing my 500-mile review here real soon. So to let you know how it's working, how things are going. Alrighty, and stay tuned. I'll still be riding the H8, so don't worry about that. I want to finish out my miles that I had for my goal, so I'm going to still be doing that. So alrighty, this is Papa Blue Shirt. Goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.